Hi, I'm Chef Marty. The sun's shining outside, so that means there's no better time to make this delicious hokey pokey ice cream. It's creamy, it's crunchy, and it tastes even better when it's homemade in your Thermomix. So whether you're after a sweet treat during the day or a bowl of something at night while you're watching Netflix, this is the recipe for you. So let's get started. So first up, we're going to measure our corn flour and water. I've already pre-measured my corn flour, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop this onto the lid. We're going to tare our scale and add 60 grams of water. This is what's going to be used to stabilize our ice cream. And the great thing about this is water and corn flour mixture is actually such a versatile tip to know, because this can be used to thicken other things. So if you're making a curry or a soup or a stew, for example, water and corn flour mixture is perfect to thicken it. The general ratio is always 2 parts water to 1 part corn flour. Now that that's fully combined, I'm just going to pop this to the side and we're going to proceed with the next steps. So we're going to start by popping 400 grams of milk into our Thermomix bowl. Next, we are going to add 300 grams of whipping cream. It is best to use whipping cream. I personally find that whipping cream is a little bit sweeter, so it works better whenever you're making desserts like this. 100 grams of white sugar. 1 tablespoon of vanilla bean paste. You can substitute this for about 2 grams of vanilla essence if you don't have vanilla bean paste at home, or even better, if you put some fresh vanilla bean into this, it's going to take it to the next level. And we're just going to finish with 2 pinches of salt. This is just going to season the ice cream. We're going to pop our simmering basket on top of our lid to allow the steam to escape. And we're going to cook this for 5 minutes, 100 degrees on speed 2. Next, we are going to add our reserved corn flour mixture, which we prepared earlier. We're going to pop the simmering basket back on, turn the speed to selector 3, and it's going to cook for 5 minutes at 100 degrees. Now we're going to pop our ice cream mixture into a tray. And we're just going to set this aside for 15 minutes, then place it into the freezer to freeze overnight. Whilst I'm waiting on my ice cream freezing, I thought that this is the perfect opportunity to make my own honeycomb using the Thermomix. This is such a cheap alternative to store-bought honeycomb, and a lot of people should already have these pantry items in their kitchen already. Once we're using the SugarWorks stage in the Thermomix, we do have to be accurate with our measurements. So when we're measuring everything, we just got to be careful that it's all to the gram. Now we're going to line our baking tray, which I've already done. We'll set that to the side. I've also already pre-weighed out my bicarbonate of soda, so we're going to pop this to the side. And we're going to start by putting 300 grams of white sugar into the bowl. Next, we're going to add 80 grams of water. 20 grams of our honey or golden syrup. And without the measuring cup, we're going to pop the lid back on. And we're going to cook this for 18 minutes on SugarWorks. With the next step, adding the bicarb, it's super important to work as fast as you possibly can. Okay, so next, whilst working extremely quickly, we're going to add our bicarbonate of soda, being careful to go around the blades. You see it start to foam up. Be very careful not to overmix. Now we're going to go straight into the tray. Now we're going to leave this to the side to continue to cool and keep rising whilst we clean the Thermomix bowl. It's super important to do this step quickly to make the cleaning process as easy as possible. We're going to add a litre of water and 50 grams of our vinegar. Now we're just going to pop our lid on with the measuring cup and turn on the pre-clean mode. This is what the honeycomb looks like whilst we're waiting for it to chill, and this is what it looks like after we've already broken it up into pieces. My ice cream's ready to go. I've removed it from the freezer. So now we're just going to cut it into 4 by 4 centimeter pieces. And we're just going to place all of this into the bowl. We're going to pop the lid on and insert the spatula into the lid. There is also a little video showing you this technique on how to do it. So this is just to help mix the ice cream through, and don't worry about the spatula touching the blade. So now we're just going to scrape down the sides of our bowl. We're going to pop the lid back on with the measuring cup in place. Pop it on to speed 4 and it's going to mix for 35 seconds. So this process is going to blend the ice cream to get us a beautiful, smooth and creamy end result. Next, we're going to add 100 grams of our honeycomb pieces into the bowl. So So now we're just going to pop the lid back on with our measuring cup in place and mix it on speed 3 for 5 seconds. You'll notice that the blade's on reverse at this point because we don't want to chop up our honeycomb. Now we're just going to give this a quick stir just to make sure all the honeycomb's fully incorporated through the ice cream. Now we're going to transfer our beautiful honeycomb ice cream into a freezable container. Today I'm using the Glidascoop, which can be found on the mix shop, although any regular freezable container will also work fine. Now we're going to pop our Hokey Pokey ice cream into the freezer for a minimum of 4 hours, or overnight is even better. Today I'm using the Thermomix scoop from the toolkit, which is available on the mix shop. I'm just going to garnish it with some honeycomb pieces on top. So there we have it, guys, our super easy and fun delicious Hokey Pokey ice cream, guaranteed to satisfy your guilty pleasures. Check out more recipes like this on Cookie Dough, and don't forget to like and follow us on YouTube.